Eleanor Dorn, and I'm acting mayor for Belton, South Carolina.
Now, tell me how long you've been on serving on as a public servant here in Belton.
As far as city council, I was elected in February of 2017. Prior to that, I was and still am a member of the Belton Alliance Board and various other volunteer.
Are you from
jobs.
here?
I'm from Belton, yes.
Let's talk about, I know last year was a year of challenges from the pandemic. Since the beginning of this year, what have been some of the challenges and highlights that we've seen here in the city of Belton?
Of course, dealing with COVID has been a challenge, but the city stepped up and I think they handled it as well as they could. One thing that has been a challenge that we're working on right now is we've got to increase our broadband in order to stream our council meetings. So we're in the process of working on that. It's taken a lot longer than we thought it would, but we're about to get that settled. But the people been wearing their masks, doing what they're supposed to do, and so pretty much the citizens have handled it.
And y'all are getting ready to open back up with the festivals and things like that. Let's talk a little bit about what's coming up in the next 3 months.
Okay, we got the kayak launch that the rec director was talking about. April 17th will be a fishing tournament there. May 15th weekend, we are having our chili competition.
Remind people what that is if they don't know. That's a big deal.
Yes, it is. It's the South Carolina chili cook-off, and it's actually a cook-off for professionals to be able to advance to the nationals, the world championship.
And there are people from all over the place that come here to compete.
We even had I think we had a zip code from Alaska last year that was here. So yes, we have a lot of people from all over the country that come and they love it. Now this year when we made our plans, all the mandates were in place and we could not do the public event. And then when he kind of lifted all that, we were too far in to backtrack. So this year it will just be for professional cooks. No public will be able to attend. We just couldn't pull that off in time this year.
So it's going to just be a full day of competition from the professional cookers.
Right. We'll need a lot of volunteers. If anybody wants to volunteer to be a judge of the chili, because it's the public, it is the public judging, but you have to sign up to judge and all that. So, but we'd be glad to have you if you want to come judge. It's some good stuff.
It is good. I've been many times. So what's coming up next?
Well, we have our Belton Alliance has built an incredible walking trail for us, and May the 20th we're going to kind of do the grand opening for that, and we will reveal the name of it and have our huge contributors that made it happen, our grants and all that there, to thank them, and that will be a Thursday afternoon, I believe, but that's an event we're very excited about. But the Alliance drove that train and got it done. And
tell me a little about that trail. What is it? Where does it go?
It starts right at the library in downtown Belton. It goes to Lita Poor, and then that's 1.7 miles, I think, all the way to the end, and then back. And hopefully one day we'll be able to do the perimeter of the park and create a longer trail. But it's been a great thing too.
A lot of people who listen to this are not going to know what the Belton Alliance is. Explain what that is.
They're I guess similar to a chamber, but it's just a group of volunteers that help with projects around town. This has been the main one. I was on the Alliance before I was on the council, and I'm still on the Alliance, but not a board member, but a volunteer with them. And they went out and found the grants and found a lot of our local people actually in kind contributed to having the trail done. So, and we're now trying to figure out what our next projects should be. So we're we're wrapping that up, and we'll move on to our next project. We haven't quite decided what that is, but it's an incredible group of people who are really committed to Belton, and the town is so much better having them here. It's been great.
Let's talk about that a minute. A lot of people have either not been to Belton in a long time. We got a lot of newcomers who've never been to Belton. Tell people what makes Belton a special place.
Well, stuff like that, and they just take it upon themselves to, just like our downtown. We have a group of ladies and gentlemen that came to us and said, "Hey, we want to be responsible for keeping downtown clean and planted and picking weeds and they took off. We ask them what they need from us, and they get the materials from us, and they go out there and pick weeds at least once a week. And everybody, it's like everybody takes ownership of the town, and they pitch in when they can. You'll see people picking up trash. It's a community that's very involved.
And you have a pretty significant museum here.
Our nonprofits are unbelievable for a small town. Our museum is really top notch. Our art center, BEMA, it's our food pantry that all the churches pitch in and run together, and of course the Alliance is a nonprofit. So that's four pretty strong nonprofits for a small town, and they're and our museum and our art center do things. They draw from all over the state. People coming to see their exhibits and shows and whatnot. So we're so lucky to have them.
And you have the State Museum for Tennis.
Tennis Hall of Fame, yes sir.
Right here in Belton. And hopefully the State Natural History Museum is going to be located here.
Yeah, the museum's trying to find a site for that.
There'll be two state museums in Belton. Who would have guessed?
I know. It's a great place to be. Allison and Abigail over there, they work hard, so it probably won't be long before they have it figured out.
Well, what else are you looking forward to between now and summer here in Belton? What else can people need?
Well, the Palmetto tournament will be happening. Usually that's the weekend of May 31st.
And that's
not the weekend of May 31st, Memorial Day weekend.
Tell people what that is.
It's a state qualifying tennis tournament for the juniors. And I believe that tournament, if you get to a certain level, you qualify to go to the Southerns. And it's a huge draw to the county. I think it's one of the biggest draws to the county from all over the state. It's a 500 plus kids come and play in it, and they you've got our courts here, and then it's so big we've had to spill over into Anderson and use courts at the college and at the Civic Center and whatnot. So,
how did Belton become such a big tennis town?
You'd have to ask Rex Maynard that. He knows that answer.
But it was Rex who drove all that.
Yes, Rex and Jim Russell in the beginning were the they kind of got that started and committed to it and got it to where it is today. And Jim's no longer with us, but Rex he's the man. We will be having a cleanup day, a citywide cleanup day around the end of April. We like to do those days close to events that are going to draw in a lot of people, and we don't usually have a whole lot of participation, so we would love for people to come out and help us with that. We get it done, no matter if 2 people show up or 20, but it's a lot easier with 20. It'd be a lot easier with 40, but we usually give everybody a little something for breakfast and maybe a hot dog for lunch, and pick up trash for 3 or 4 hours, and that'll be towards the end of April.
If somebody's watching this and want to find out more about the city of Belton, what's the best place for them to go for information?
Just call City Hall, and we've got a Facebook page and a website, and all of our departments have a Facebook page and website. So if you can't find it there, just call City Hall, and we'll get the information for you. I've been with the City Council for about 3.5 years now, and it's just a great group of people. They all really have the best interests of Belton in their heart, and we work hard. We get along great together. It's been a lot of fun and a lot of work, but it helps that everybody is so committed and loves Belton. So.